Welcome to another episode of Women in Focus. Our Women in Focus today is in a field which concerns everybody. So this is a very important interview for all of you to watch. Our Woman in Focus today is Nidhi Bhinder, and she is in the field of mortgages, so on and so forth. You're most welcome in our program. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for having me over.
I must say that you look smashing today.
Oh, thank you.
You always look lovely.
I made a special effort today.
So Nidhi, the field that you're in, finances, had you been interested in finances all your life?
Yes, because my bachelor's is in commerce.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so I graduated in commerce.
So let's take you back then.
Okay.
So where were you born?
I'm born in Chandigarh, Punjab.
Wow.
India. Yeah.
They say one of the most beautiful cities in India.
Yes, and definitely is.
So did you finish your education there?
Yes, I finished I graduated, did my commerce bachelor's over there, and then I did 1 year whole computer course, and then I got married.
Oh, marriage. That's an interesting topic. How did you meet this handsome guy that you are married to?
Oh, we have a good love story behind that.
Oh, we want to hear the whole love story, okay? So please do not leave any parts out.
So yeah, it is like kind of a DDLJ love story.
Is it really? No kidding.
Yeah, because I'm born in a Hindu family.
Yes.
And he's a Jat Sikh.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely, you know, a little bit kind of thing.
So mom and dad were a little wary?
Yes, my parents were definitely. But luckily, they agreed because he's very charming that way.
Don't you think guys have it more difficult when it comes to getting married? They have to please the girl's parents and so on and so forth, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do the girls have to do the same thing?
I think I hit it off with my mother-in-law right from the beginning. For some reason, I'm not sure. Maybe if she was here today, she would have explained to you.
Yes.
But I hit it off with my mother-in-law from day one, yeah.
That's the best thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is the best thing.
Yeah, your mother-in-law likes you, everything is fine.
She loves me, she adores me. I think sometimes she says she has 3 sons.
Yes.
And I'm married to the youngest and to his favorite, to her favorite. But she says, no, I love you more. I'm like, thank you, Mom.
So where did you meet him?
We actually lived on the same street. So a few houses down, so yeah. Okay, so he spotted me, actually.
So while you were young kids or when you were older?
Yes, I was a teenager.
Achha, and then he had his eyes on you since you were a teenager.
Yes.
And he was a teenager, right?
Yes.
And so was it, did you like it? Did you?
I think I liked him from the beginning because I was 16 when I met him, and I dated him for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And did mom and dad know about that?
No. No. But now they will know. Now it's not hidden.
Well, now who cares, right?
I know.
So you dated him for 7 years. How was it? Because it is easier here than it is in India because everybody knows. So did you guys meet in remote places or what?
No, we used to hang out in restaurants, and we did get spotted by our relatives here and there, but nobody said anything.
Oh, they were being very nice to you?
They were being very nice to me.
So how many in your family?
So it's me and my sister, so we're 2 siblings.
Are you the oldest?
Yes, I'm the oldest.
So you had to set the stage.
I totally did.
And your younger sister had it easy?
Yes, she did. Yes. She had a love marriage too.
Yes.
So she dated as well. So yes, it was easy for her.
So when it came to the time of marriage, now marriages in India are what I see right now here that go on for 7 to 10 days. Is that how it was during your marriage?
No.
So how did it?
No, my family actually because it wasn't. It was good 4 to 5 days. And
I see.
4 days. And
good
that's
4 to 5
good.
days. Okay.
That is like good 4 days is also enough for us kind of thing. Yeah.
So a couple of days for haldi and chuda and then
same morning because like Hindu weddings, right? Same morning you do the chuda and the haldi, and the night before you have the
mehndi.
Sangeet and Mehndi.
Yes.
And the next morning, because we did Anand Karaj
Yes.
at Amsab, Mohali Gurdwara.
Oh, wow.
So we did that, and we did the Anand Karaj, and we had the reception right away.
Really?
Yes.
So now, this is a silly question, but bear with me. So being of a Hindu family, people here find that Hindus and Sikhs are two different religions.
Yes.
Whereas they are not.
Where they are, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to see that you just did the Anand Karaj. Did you do the Lama and all that in front of fire and all that?
Yes, we did.
You did both of them?
Yes, yes.
So you did 2 weddings then?
Yes, 2 weddings. We did the Anand Karaj as the second wedding.
Okay.
So my first wedding, which I call the Canadian wedding, because that's what the Canadian government knows.
Acha.
So that one was the Hindu wedding. So that we did in the Jan Mandir.
So was it at night and they had to...
that one also we did it during the day.
During
actually.
the day?
Yeah.
No Muhurat?
No, we did the Muhurat. That we did within the,
so everything was
within the
done.
Customs and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
did the astrologer then had to match your kundali?
Oh
with
yes.
his, yes.
Because he didn't have a kundli.
So then it was made.
Yes. My
And
mom made sure, like, you know, that the kundli is made, that it is matched. I was like, okay, mom, whatever makes you happy, do it. But I think he is meant for me. He's fated for me.
Yeah. And so luckily everything matched.
Yes, yes.
And
we made sure that Panditji matched it.
Or did you talk to the Panditji before that?
But it's a very funny thing. My mom and dad actually, there's a Balaji Mandir in Kalka, near Chandigarh.
Yes.
It's very famous actually. And the Guruji over there, so my mom and dad are devotees of that mandir. So when Guruji actually met him, so not the Kundli, met him actually.
Right.
He was like, my mom's name is Nirmal. He goes, Nirmal, why are you against this?
Yes.
He's such a handsome boy. He's settled in Canada.
Yeah.
What more do you want for her? You want for your daughter? Like, what more security you want? So that kind of, you know, assured my mom, like, you know, it's fine.
Yes.
So then after that, she was kind of
a little cooler
and calmer.
So it was a big wedding?
No, ours was, I think 500 people is a big wedding.
Yeah, over here 500 people is a big wedding.
Yeah.
So 500 people.
Yeah, yeah.
And that happened in India, and then quickly you came to Canada?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm going to take a short commercial break and come back.
Awesome.
Because the life here probably was so different or not different at all from what it was in India.
Yeah.
Nidhi is our woman in focus today. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Women in Focus. Our woman in focus today is Nidhi Bhinder. So Nidhi, you guys got married, 500 people at the wedding. Must have been beautiful.
Yes, it was. Actually, we got married in May, but the weather turned out so beautiful that morning.
Yes.
It rained like anything before that, and my father had booked this air-conditioned hall and everything. We got married in PCA Stadium, if you know, it's a famous cricket stadium in Mohali.
Right.
And we got married, like our reception was over there. Oh my God, we didn't even need the air conditioning. We were so happy. It was beautiful.
Beautiful day,
yes.
Huh? And so where did you guys go for your honeymoon?
I came to Canada.
That was,
yeah.
So right away, how long did it take you to come here?
So I actually, because we had done the Hindu wedding before, so we had applied for my papers, and my PR came right after our Sikh wedding.
Wow.
So within 1 month of me getting married, I was here July 4th, so that's my landing date.
So your in-laws stay here, right?
Yes, my in-laws are here.
So coming to Canada from Chandigarh, which is a very modern city in India,
yes.
Did you feel it was different? Was there a cultural shock? How did you feel?
Honestly, because when I moved to Canada, he was in Toronto at that time.
Oh, okay.
So I actually didn't feel the difference. I came to Toronto, he asked me the same question. I was like, you know what, I don't see that, other than the highways are big, and you know, it's like Delhi, like bigger, you know, twice the size of Delhi.
Yeah.
It's like huge highways and, you know, fast lifestyle and everything. And he coincidentally, and us, we both have cousins and friends in Toronto, and they were all recently moved immigrants.
Okay.
So all from Chandigarh background, Delhi
so you
background.
were getting together.
So I had my own community, so I didn't feel much difference, to be very honest.
That's very nice. It's good to be in a community where you're feeling comfortable and then you move on with life.
Yeah, even though we used to live in Scarborough, so that's my first place where I lived. And all our friends were in Brampton and everywhere else, but we would do up and down from Brampton to Scarborough over the weekend, have fun, kind of, you know, party. And then, yeah, that was our bachelor honeymoon life.
And then what brought you to British Columbia?
Weather.
Oh.
Weather was a big thing. And his oldest brother was in BC.
I see.
So because when he came to Canada, he came first to Vancouver, and he used to work in Victoria.
Right.
So his first job was in Victoria, and he was like, whenever I retire, I'm gonna go
to Victoria.
To Victoria.
Yeah.
So he had sold me on Victoria. I was like, okay, man, I have to see this Victoria.
So did you make a trip here?
Yes, we made a trip here, and that coincidentally was during my mat leave after having my first child.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
So yeah, so my son is born in Ontario.
So the minute you came here, did you find a job right away for yourself?
Yes, I was very lucky because I came as a computer professional, and I was able to find a job right away. But coincidentally, that company closed down within 3 months of me joining them.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was devastating.
Yes.
I was like, you know, my first job in Canada, and I got laid off in 3 months. I was shocked. I was teary-eyed. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do, kind of thing, right? So I think that point I started researching, started asking our friends over here. And they said, why don't you use your commerce background? Get into finance. So for whole 1 year, I was home studying different courses, because he said, you take your time, you figure out your career, what you want to do, because he had already moved on with a bigger company. So luckily, you know, I was not required to
work right away.
To work right away.
That's right.
So it was good. So I moved into finance industry.
Now, did you get into the mortgage industry right away when you went into commerce, or did you go into a bank first? Or
no, I actually went into insurance. So I went into personal insurance, and then I moved to commercial insurance broker.
Right.
And that's the job I did for before becoming a mortgage broker. So
now the difference between a mortgage broker and a insurance broker, I would use the word, they're two different fields. But in one way, they do talk about money. Because your personal insurance and your commercial insurance has a lot to do with how much money do you make, how much do you want to, you know, put aside, etc., etc.
Yes. See, you know what, I was lucky because of that layoff. I got such varied experience in my work. Like, in today's date, even when somebody's talking to me about Atira's Women's Society or long-term care centers, because I have worked with those in the insurance world, so I have kind of very varied experience.
So which was the first place where you worked as a mortgage broker, or did you have to do that? Because you have to do courses in that as well.
I studied the course, basically got my license done.
Right.
And I right away started with a brokerage in Surrey, A to Z Mortgages.
Right.
So I right away started working over there as a mortgage broker.
Now, the life of a mortgage broker is not 9 to 5.
No, it is not.
It's not 8 to 4.
No.
It is 24/7.
Yes.
So were you okay with that?
Actually, I had gotten used to seeing Sunny being self-employed, because Sunny became self-employed in 2005. He became realtor in 2005, so I saw his lifestyle, so I knew what to expect. So I kind of, you know, molded myself like, okay, my weekends are not going to be my weekends anymore, my evenings are not going to be my evenings. And our son was being raised kind of, you know, by my mom-in-law and two of us. So he knew that there'll be one parent with me all the time. So I was taken care of, yeah.
I want to ask you a little bit about the mortgage industry, because for many years we've had low interest rates.
Yes.
And now the interest rates are going up and people are feeling difficulty in qualifying to
Yes.
buy a house. Let's take a short break and come back.
Awesome.
Nidhi is our woman in focus today. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Women in Focus. Nidhi is our woman in focus. So when we were talking about, you getting into the finance industry. So the finance industry is a very interesting industry, especially the mortgage side of it all. We've had historically low interest rates. People were able to buy houses. I don't know whether you were here when our interest rates were at 18%.
No, I wasn't.
You weren't.
Yes.
There was a time in the late 80s, 90s, early 90s, when the interest rates were at 18 to 19%. Then they started coming down. Now they are going up again. So what is the fear of a mortgage broker or people who want to get into the housing industry?
The biggest fear for me is like, how do I qualify the first-time home buyers? See, they come to Canada with a dream. They leave their countries, they leave their homes. They have very meager savings sometimes.
Right.
Not everybody comes with huge, savings from back home and everything.
Except if they are from a certain part of China, they bring a lot of money with them.
Yes.
Or Iran or places like that.
Or even certain parts of India these days. Right.
Okay.
Business houses kind of thing. So I really fear for them. They come to me as, that I can do some magic.
Right.
And when I'm not able to do that magic,
it
hurts.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, what? They are the people who really want to buy a property, want to own something.
And want to live here.
And want to live here. Because, you see, for a new immigrant, till the time they don't buy, their roots
are not, settled
their roots,
here.
They're not settled here. I did the same thing with my sister. When she moved to Canada, I knew the only way I could get her settled was within first year of moving here, put her into a mortgage. Then only she will feel connected, because she's own a property, like where she can do anything she wants, so she's not renting, So this is my biggest
So do you think people make a mistake when they first, although Indians always think that they want to, wherever they go, they want to buy a house. What can people do? You said something very interesting. You got your sister into buying a house right away. So how can one do that?
All I can say at this moment, like, savings. Savings, yes. I'm not saying that you need 20% down. All I'm trying to say is, like, savings. Come with savings. Now we've already seen high rate of interest.
Right.
Be prepared that, we are not going to see the 2% interest rates. At least not for next few years. That is for sure guaranteed.
It's not going to go down.
It's not going to go down to that level. But yes, earlier a household could manage by not having so many savings after buying a property.
Right.
But in today's state, I always say to people that, do not stretch yourself. Do not, put all your savings in one basket.
Right.
Have multiple baskets.
So now there was a time when only one person needed to work in the household and the whole family was fed. Now every member of the family needs to work.
Yes, yes, yes.
And they have to, okay, so if both of them are working, then they have to make sure that the kids are looked after.
Care of,
and the kids, so there was this one case, I wanted to talk to you about that. Young couple came here, both of them very professional, very learned, good fields. Both of them got a job, little baby, 3-year-old. And so one person's salary was going just to look after the kid.
Yes, yes. But there are subsidized daycares. Sometimes people do not know about it. Like, there are organizations like Diversity, PICS, they can give that knowledge. But yes, there are resources for that as well.
So people have to look at all the areas.
Yes.
And then do their homework. Nobody wants to do the homework, you see.
See, this is a sad part. Like, you know, people rely on their relatives who are here or friends. Sometimes it is the case.
Yes.
So they do not know that there are resources out there, because those relatives or family members might have moved very long time back.
That's right.
So
and their experiences are totally different.
Yes, yes.
Where do you see these interest rates going?
That's the million-dollar question in today's day. My personal feeling is that they should go down.
Yeah.
And I'm
People
hoping
can't
for
afford
that.
it.
People can't afford it.
Yeah. I mean, the salaries are not that huge.
Yes.
And we are a very small country.
Yes.
You know.
And that's the challenge right now, that, you know, mortgage qualifying rate versus the salary and versus the home price, those two, they are not meeting, actually.
You and Sunny being, you know, complementing each other. He gets people homes and you get them the mortgages. How is that relationship working out?
So far, so good, actually. we keep to our fields. We don't kind of, you know, intervene into each other's business at all.
Which is very good.
Yes, which is very good, yes. I like to keep it that way. Yeah, a lot of people ask me, why don't you become a realtor as well, get your realtor license, right? You know, it's high time and all that stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, my life is good this way.
Beautiful.
You know, it's bifurcated.
And you mentioned that you've got 2 kids.
Yes.
What do you hope for them?
I really hope they do what they want to do. They don't necessarily have to join their parents' companies.
Yes.
They go ahead, get the education, and do their own thing.
How old are they now?
One is 18, so my oldest is going to university this year. Yes. Wow. And he's taken up engineering program with Simon Fraser University. So I'm proud of him that he has thought something separate from the family business. Yeah, and my daughter, she is an artist.
Yes.
Yes, so she loves painting and, you know, sketches and everything.
Very nice.
So I hope,
Both of them do in their own fields.
Yes, yes.
Nidhi, it's been amazing talking to you. We talk on the radio every month, but this was an eye-opener for me.
Me too.
Thank you for being our Woman in Focus today.
Oh, you're welcome, Sushma.
Nidhi has been our Woman in Focus today. Don't go away. We'll be right back.